What is up YouTube and welcome back to a new video in the Brute Strength series. Today is 17 days since I had a tear in my right hamstring from doing good mornings, and it's not why I took a break from making videos, because I was planning to do so anyways during my holiday where I went and heard Metallica in Madrid, and I was going to Bruce Springsteen, stuff like that. And I just wanted to get ahead of content and give my body a rest. In general, not focus on posting online, just enjoy it and have a good time. And I must say, the Metallica concert was wild. It's definitely the greatest experience I've ever had. I'll say a lot nicer than being to Bruce Springsteen, for example. I just loved how everyone was singing along and all the songs. Like, we were 80,000 people for each concert, and during the second concert, Spain won the Euros and people went wild and everything. So that was such a good trip. And but yeah, as I said, I teared my hamstring during Good Mornings, and I'm still gonna say that Good Mornings are absolutely god tier, and it's 100% down to me that I got injured. It's not because stiff legged Good Mornings is a bad exercise. I still believe they're absolutely top, and they have made me insanely strong. And I'm gonna go back and hunt to get 10 reps with 100 kg, if not more, with stiff legs. But I just need to perform them with a little bit of slower tempo, I think. I think that was the problem. And some of the work I did before in that session, where I worked up to a squat at RP8 and I had some fatigue. So, I mean, it all adds up, and it's just I'm not gonna blame a certain exercise and say it's bad like some people do after getting injured. But I'll just say that it's totally down to what I did and the way I was training. So I can already get my palms down to the floor again, but I will say that I had a really big blood on the back of the hamstring and the calf, and the first day I had problems walking, was really hurting, and after a week as well I could still feel it a little bit when I did leg curls, stuff like that, but it's totally gone now. No blood on the back any longer. It looks totally fine, and as you can see, I can already do deadlifts with 100 kg. I could probably do way more already. I would probably have done 5 sets with 130, 140. But I'm not gonna risk anything. I'm gonna really take it slow. Then, on Tuesday, I'm maybe gonna do 5 with 115, 120, then 5 with 120, 125, 135. Next Tuesday, just take it really slowly and make sure everything is going alright. And then I still think that within 12 weeks, I'm going to get the 300 kilo deadlift. So nothing has changed about that. And so this session I did totally without music. I've been talking about on my Instagram how I think just in general people are really overstimulated and addicted to their phones. And we can simply look at I was listening to the news. I rarely do that because it's fucking depressing. But I was listening to the news, and was something about ADHD and stress, stuff like that. And so many more women, young women, have it than back in the days. And I'm it's not just because now we just have different brains or different bodies than we have had before. The biggest reason is literally that everyone is so addicted to their phones, always stimulated. When we are at home, we're watching TV constantly, listening to music on our phones. When we're at the gym, we are hearing podcasts, listening to music. When we are walking, we hear podcasts or listen to music, stuff like that. We're always doing something, not just relaxing, always multitasking, things like that. So I think that is the reason, and that's why I'm trying to recalibrate a bit and just train without music. So I really spend the time just away, just thinking about my approach to training and stuff like that. You'll see that, for example, my pull-ups here, I kept them really conservative just to focus on the form, because as I've talked about, I want to pull more straight up, and it's really hard for me to focus on my form when I'm training close to failure. So I'm gonna, even if it's going to be an extremely long process, I'm going to fix this and work on that external rotation strength, especially in my left shoulder, for that to really catch up. So the rest of the training I did leg extensions, I did leg curls, just to do something like one leg seated leg curl to test how my strength in the right hamstring was. And I would already easily do reps with like 18 kg, so it's definitely not too bad. Like I've heard of people that are like way worse than where I'm at after only 2.5 weeks. So I'm grateful that it basically isn't worse than it is. And then I did the bicep curls, 15 reps with 33 kg. And I know it's 3 reps below what I've done before, but we need to consider that, first of all, it's my first training back in, 2 weeks almost. And I didn't have any music. I was like totally, like no hyping up or anything. And the tempo was a whole lot better. Usually I just go like extremely fast. Here I controlled the negative and paused in the bottom, making sure I had full range of motion. So huge progress, I think. If I was gonna do it with like really good form, the usual form. And yeah, what was I going to say? I can't even remember what I was going to say now. But anyways, I kept like a little bit of reps in the tank. Like on these sets, you can see like I was keeping 1 rep in the tank, but I should have had more rest in between. I just got a little bit cramped up on time because I had to go to my dad's place to eat and pick up food. But because my reps were dropping so much, it's probably an indicator that I should have rested more between my sets, because I went straight from 15 to 11 reps. And then with 5 kg less, I also only got 11 reps. But in general, like I was keeping like 1 reps in the tank for all of these sets except the last one. So being a more conservative here, I even actually want to keep like 2 reps in the tank for most of the time. And then at last I moved on to these, to the tricep push downs. So I've done way more reps before on this. But again, just like incredible amounts of control here. Slow eccentrics, short pauses at the top and at the bottom. So way better form overall. I did a set of 9 and another set of 9, and then all out a set of 8. So again, should probably have had like more rest. Even in these smaller movements, I think getting 5 minutes of rest between sets is really like optimal or beneficial, because if your reps drop significantly and you're resting 2 to 3 minutes, it means that you could get more out of it by resting like 4 or 5 minutes, or something like that, if your reps are then more consistent. So if you have the time, it's definitely something worth considering, and then maybe doing an exercise less to not like make the session take like 2.5, 3 hours. But that was all for this training. It's good to be back, especially with a little bit of a smarter approach. So I'm excited to see where this ends up. I'll see you all for the next one. I'm out.